Yeah, it was really good. We were just pushing the ball up the court. It worked for us, and it was easy to get the ball down low, so it worked. We could work it inside and out, so it was really good.
Defensively, the effort from the whole team looked good all night. Talk about your night defensively, a couple of big blocks and then a lot of rebounds on the defensive end.
Well, Coach always tells us to box out, so I always got an arm on a girl, went to go get her. And then the blocks, sometimes I need to take it down a notch, but it worked, and I just time it, and it happens.
I'll go over to you, Sydney. You came out on fire really in the first quarter, and then kind of tapered off through the middle of the game, but finished strong. You finished with 21 points, I think we had you for. Talk about your night.
It was good. I felt my groove, so I just kept shooting and driving, so that was basically it.
A couple big threes, especially one right before the halftime buzzer. Talk about that. It looked like a kind of a set play, and then you were able to knock it down.
Yes, we were supposed to run a play, and, well, nobody was open with six seconds left. Sorry. And so I just shot it, and it went in, so glory to me.
I'll ask you about the defensive effort. All night it looked like it was tough for Clarinda to really get the ball into the lane. Talk about your night defensively.
Well, I made Serena's life easier, and so did everybody else on the outside, so we did good.
I'll go back to you, Serena. Big game coming up with LC. What's it going to take to get it done against a very good Titan squad?
We're going to keep working hard. We've been working hard in practice, and I think we're going to be ready to go by Tuesday.
Obviously, a lot of things went well for us. I thought our kids played well. We had a couple stretches in there where, we didn't play well, I guess. But for the most part, that's about as well as we've played in the last couple of years. And Clarinda's a good team. Obviously, we won by 19, but they didn't play very well, if we're going to be honest. And I think the world of Coach Bird and his program over there, and I think Jenny Bear is one of the best players around, so we did a real nice job on her, and the next time we play them, we better be ready to go because I know they'll be ready too.
Start on the defensive side of things. All night it looked like a pretty solid defensive effort all the way around.
Well, obviously the game plan was to take away Jenny, and then Moses has been putting up some good numbers too, so we thought we'd concentrate on those two to start, and fortunately it worked for us, but a different day, some of their kids make a few more shots and it doesn't look so good. So tonight it worked. We're happy. We'll evaluate things and plan for the next game.
Some foul trouble most of the night really for Logan and for Serena and Sydney. How do you think all three of those girls responded to being foul trouble?
Yeah, I guess that's one of the things we need to work on because I didn't think the fouls were real good fouls. They're not underneath, taking away layups and making them earn things. A couple of them were silly, especially we're in foul trouble. Sydney picked up her fourth, I think, with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. But give credit to Heidi Fichter came on and gave us some good minutes. Jordan Major, McKay O'Neill. Those kids played pretty well. Some of them haven't played a whole lot. Heidi wasn't even out last year, so we're real lucky to have her. Obviously, our two freshmen have played well at times, but you can tell they're freshmen at times too. So we're excited to have them. As a team, I think we're getting better and better, and hopefully that continues throughout the season.
Serena showed off a little bit of versatility tonight a few times. You saw her really grab the ball and then go the length of the floor with the dribble. She made a few nice moves from the free throw line. Talk about her versatility that doesn't get shown off a lot.
Yeah, well, I've seen that for the last 3 years in practice, and trying to convince her she can do those things sometimes is a little harder, but obviously that creates a matchup nightmare for the other team if Serena, if we can get her singled with most posts around. There's some good ones around, so every game we might not be able to do that, and tonight it worked. I think Sydney and Serena did a really good job attacking the basket. Obviously we got off to the hot start with Sydney, and then I thought maybe the play of the game was a three-pointer right before half. Just a play that's run completely wrong, and sometimes coaches look smart because players make good plays.
What about Logan Ehlers? She's a slow night really, but in foul trouble a lot, but then 7 points in the fourth quarter. She looked like she responded well.
Yeah, she kind of had a tough game the first three, and it was nice to see her get some points. Obviously, she's been a big part of our early season success, and being a freshman, she's going to have some growing pains, but at the same time, I have high expectations. She's a great kid, and she has a really bright future, so we're happy to have her.
Big game coming up next week with Lewis Central, a very good Lewis Central team. What do you think you guys need to work on here in the next few practices to get ready for that team?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about them yet, but yeah, they're athletic. Obviously, they lost two pretty good players from last year, but coming back with some good players. we better play hard, because that's the one thing. Lewis Central, I'll give credit to both Coach Hannafin and Coach Archer. Those kids play extremely hard for 32 minutes. They're a deep team, so when they bring kids off the bench, usually there's not a big drop-off. So be ready to go from the get-go. We need to play 32 minutes, not have those long, a few lapses where, we let them back into the game a little bit. So effort, intensity, and then, we want to play our game. So we'll get ready for them, and we're excited.
It feels really good. I mean, to go out there, and especially with Clarinda, I mean, those guys are very competitive. They tried their hardest, and I got to give everything to my team, because, they created opportunities, and this night was theirs.
Talk overall a little bit, I guess, just about the game. I mean, you guys, fast-paced, high-scoring, lots of fouls. But that third quarter, you guys just kind of pulled away a little bit. What kind of got that done for you guys?
Yeah, Coach just told us, the game's ours. We just got to take it out in the last 16 minutes and just take it, because we just slowed things down, and we just ran our basketball, we ran our plays, and we tried to just take the pace away from them. So, and fast style basketball is Coach's style basketball, so that's what he wants.
And then overall, I guess for you, as you finish up here as a senior, obviously a lot of basketball left this season. But what are kind of some of the goals this team's looking to do here this year?
We definitely want to. Once we get into the district play, we want to go somewhere. That's our ultimate goal.
Payden, we'll go over to you. 29 for you tonight, and you did a little bit of everything. The 29 is going to stand out, but you were covering DeVoe for a while down low when your bigs were in foul trouble. What was working for you tonight overall?
Yeah, I just give it to my team. They got me the ball. Coach put me in positions I need to play, and I went in there. I didn't argue. I did what Coach did. Want me to go to DeVoe, I'll go against the DeVoe. I'm an all-around player.
Talk about your 29 tonight. You got it done a little bit of everything. You had a lot of rebounds in there as well to get you some points.
I just got it. Yes, it was a good team effort. We got Jackson passing me the ball. We got Jake. And then it's just hustle plays to get the points. We got a new coach, and it's very. It's great. It's great. I went through a lot of coaches, and I have to say that Coach is one of the best.
And then overall, finishing things up, making out on the floor really that whole fourth quarter. He looked like he was really starting to get into his groove there before he fouled out. What was that like? Being able to finish off obviously without him on the floor.
We always talk about it at home. He's my brother. We just talk, and he goes out, and I need to step up, and our team stepped up when he went out. Like you said, to covering DeVoe, I need to cover DeVoe. Austin covered DeVoe. We did very, very good all around.
Great. First one in 3 years for the Hawkeye 10 for us, and second one in 6 years. So it was a huge monkey to lift off our back. Team victory. Kids played extremely hard, unselfish basketball. We've been preaching it all year. We started to see some of it pay off tonight. Everybody that came in was ready to go.
I'll talk about Payden Anderson a little bit. 29 is going to jump off the scoring sheet a little bit, but he did a little bit of everything for you tonight.
Yep, and it was one of those blue-collar 29s. You don't see it all, and it's rebounds, it's just a lot of execution, but a lot of teammates setting him up, but a lot of it was blue-collar points. It was good stuff.
And then Macon Anderson looked like he was just starting to find himself a little bit, and then he picks up his fourth. You sit him, he picks up his fifth, and good game for him, but you guys able to step up, hold off with him not on the floor?
Yeah, he was just getting warmed up, so we hope that he can ride that into the next game and keep getting better.
And then overall, a lot of your other kids, you hit the foul shot down the stretch very well.
Yeah, free throws were huge. We've been sense of urgency on improving on that in practice. We haven't shot a lot all year. We've been shooting like 10 a game. Tonight we got, when we had to shoot a bunch, we stepped up and make them. So it was good stuff. Good stuff.
Maybe talk about Jackson a little bit as well. You're a pretty young team. Jackson, that senior leader, sitting there at the point, and he did a little bit of everything for you tonight too.
It's fun to see the senior leader step up. I was sitting there, it was like $1:30 to go. He's got 2, I think it's like 8 or 10, something like that. And I said, 2 big ones. Senior that hasn't won a conference game, let's see what he's got. Stepped up, knocked them both down. It just kind of felt like that was kind of the icing. So he played a great game.
Your first year as the head man here, you get a win like this, you get to 500, good chance to get above 500 overall tomorrow night. What does this team look to do overall as you go forward here? What are kind of some of the goals this year?
Just, obviously keep improving every day in practice, learn from the opponents we play, keep getting better, rise to the challenge, just keep playing Mustang basketball.